And I'm going to need to use this tool sometimes in nooks and crannies that may not offer me the full girth that I need. Hey, I got to use girth in a video. That's awesome. Howdy, folks. TJ here. I'm not in my normal place when I'm doing videos, so that may tell you something. I'm underneath a Volkswagen bus, 1967 Westie. Am I going to be making a video on me wrenching on this? No. But I am going to be doing a video on a tool that I purchased today. I don't do many videos on tool stuff or vintage Volkswagens. Most of my stuff that I enjoy making videos on is vintage computers, retro computers, that type of thing. But I periodically do make a video on a tool that I purchased, or me playing with my Volkswagen, or fly fishing, Tenkara to be specific. But I purchased a tool today that will eventually be played around with, I'm sure, on some rusty parts here that I need to cut out. But this particular tool's first use will not be as gourmet, as wonderful of a story. It's going to be done on plumbing. You see, we've got a bathroom sink that the metal drain pipe, this house was built mid-'80s, so it's metal, not plastic. Some of the configurations are plastic, but the main one going to the sink is metal. And for the life of me, I can't get that son of a bitch out. I've tried the various tricks that they say try, so I'm going to resort to cutting that son of a piece of metal in a way that I can then remove said drain. So I went out and purchased, I thought I had a cutting type of tool out here in my shop. I can't find shit out in my shop. Normally, I mean, I've got some tools here. I've got some tools there. I've got lots of tool chests, and I have tools all over. But this particular one, I think, was a really small little rotary type of tool that you could do little metal cutting, not something of a thick nature. So I had a conundrum. I needed to spend some money. And no, I don't buy Snap-on. I'm not a mechanic. I'm a home do-it-yourselfer, kinda. A lame one, because most of my videos and most of the stuff I do is vintage computers. I just gravitate towards it because when you do something wrong, it doesn't hurt afterwards. Here, I butt my head on this, I butt my head on stuff. I actually blew out my shoulder reaching up and around doing some brake lines on stuff, and I had to, for the first time ever, go get some PT, physical therapy, after I saw the doctor because I did something. Anyway, this is just an unboxing of a tool that I purchased. And what did I purchase? And some of you will go, oh no, it's a Harbor Freight. We'll chat about Harbor Freight here in a second here. But what I went out and purchased was my first real cutting tool. And I decided on the Hercules brand, which is kind of a Harbor Freight house brand. And I'll tell you why I purchased it. I had some options. Cheap options were Bauer through Harbor Freight or Hercules. And they had, I think those were the only official cut tools that they sold. Even though they have some Warrior line that's even cheaper than Bauer and Hercules, I didn't want to go there, and I don't think they had a cutting tool. So my choice was Bauer, which I could have saved myself $50. They have a sale right now where you buy the battery, a 4 amp hour for $54.99, and you get a tool for free. And one of the tools was their cutting tool. I just did some research and I watched some videos online. Did I start this recording? I always say that on all my retro computer videos. And I caught myself the other day. I tried it for 20 minutes. And I didn't record it. Anyway, so a 4 amp hour battery. But it was a 20 volt. So by the time you get a big 20 volt 4 amp battery connected to a hand tool, it would have been cheaper. I could have got the battery for $54.99 or purchased. Gut's not proper English, but neither am I proper English. And then the battery charger was, $34.99. So I would have needed to buy the battery charger, and I would have got the tool for free. But then I would have had to purchase some blades because it didn't come with any 3-inch discs. So figure I would have got out of there for $110 or so. Instead, I spent about $165, but I did purchase a few extra things to be prepared for my plumbing job. And so options were Bauer. I could have got a free battery. Would have been cheaper, but it was 20 volts. So it was a pretty good size battery. If you played around with any 20 volt hand tools, it's pretty substantial. And then the option was a 12 volt Hercules. You think, okay, 12 volts less, maybe not the best option, but the battery is smaller. They have a 4 amp hour battery as well, but the whole battery and everything about it is smaller. And I'm going to need to use this tool sometimes in nooks and crannies that may not offer me the full girth that I need. Hey, I got to use girth in a video. That's awesome. Anyway, so Hercules, per stuff I've viewed, you kind of got Warrior is their cheapest line, Bauer, which is right in the middle, and then prosumerish is the Hercules. There's tons of tool options, and they don't have tons of 12 volt tools, but they have enough of them where maybe I'll use it. And their charger that you get is a 12 and 20 volt all in one. So even if I end up getting some 20 volt tools later that are bigger tools like a pole saw or something, I can use the same charger. And it had an LED light on there. We'll kind of cover some of those things as I open this up. But it seemed like an all-around nicer hand tool, a little bit better for my smaller hands. Small hands, it just felt good. So I ended up splurging, spending $165 on stuff. So what did I buy? We'll do an unboxing here in a second, and this is strictly an unboxing. No, I don't have any spare metal I need to cut for you. There's other people that have made some of those videos, but this is an unboxing. What do you get? What are my thoughts after I'll make a second video on, hey, I went and needed to cut this damn freaking 1 1/4 inch pipe out of the bottom of my sink. Did it do the job? Did it do it fairly well? So, and then if I find some spare metal or somebody that pisses me off, I'll go use it and cut shit on them. So Hercules, I purchased. I also purchased the Hercules 20 volt, 12 volt lithium ion battery charger. They had one other model that was almost twice the price. This was $44.99, and this basically is a 4 amp charger to charge either battery, and I'll be charging my one 4 amp battery that I purchased, and that's about it. The nice thing about Hercules also, and one of the reasons I purchased it, it does come with a 3 or 5 year warranty. The tool itself is 5 years. This appears to be 3 years, as well as I believe the batteries are 3 years. Where the Bauer, you got 90 days. I thought this world was well past 90-day warranties. Apparently not. You could purchase for an extra $5-7 a 2-year warranty, so it's not like crazy. But at this point, it kind of tells me that if they're sticking their bodies out to be hit by a Mack truck, and they're going to give you a longer warranty with these, maybe they feel that the line's a little better. And from what I kind of see in some of the videos I've watched, maybe the Hercules is a little bit nicer tool. So it is Harbor Freight, I know. So where are you going with this, TJ? So I'm in my late 50s. I was born and raised on Craftsman and Husky. Craftsman was my gourmet line, and they made some pretty kick-ass Craftsman tools in the olden days. So most of my work benches, tool boxes are Craftsman, but I also have a very nice 44-inch wide Husky. So most of my tools, or I should say storage, is Craftsman and Husky. I've got a lot of Craftsman tools, a lot of hand, some Husky, a mix and match. I'm old enough to where I've got a mix and match of some other shit that came into the picture. Stanley. Of course, I have some old Stanley stuff. And then Harbor Freight. So if I was to say, what's your third biggest tool? You got Craftsman as main. Husky is probably a close second. And then what's next? Probably Pittsburgh / Harbor Freight / their house brands. And I do try to do my homework. They make some pretty good stuff. Some of it's made in Taiwan. So there's some tools that are hand tools that are rotary ratchets, for example, that are quite good. Up to par with, I would say, the big brands. There may be some of the big brand people that say, no freaking way, I spent thousands of dollars on this, it's tons better. Sure, whatever. I don't care. I can only afford so much. I just need to buy my ramen and have enough water to run and heat the ramen every month, so some of the tools I buy are a little cheaper. But this is a nice tool to me. What else did I purchase? Well, I needed that 4-amp battery. You'll see that the girth, I got to use it a second time. A girth of this, it's much smaller than your typical Ryobi. This has kind of pissed me off a little bit. My videos go on a little bit, but I have a nice 18-volt Ryobi system. I purchased a nice new circular saw and other stuff. My local Home Depot didn't have anything other than tool only. For their cutting tool, they wanted $120. Plus discs, or the discs, cutting discs, I would have spent $140 to $150 on a tool only. Where Hercules, I could get a battery, actually a smaller 12-volt system. It just made more sense to me. And like I said, for a little bit more, you could order from Home Depot, but it would take a week or two to get or whatever. The complete Ryobi package that had a battery and such for like $175. Well, guess what, Home Depot? I would have purchased it for $175. You did not have it in stock. You never have shit in stock. It's like freaking this whole Amazon world, because Amazon rules the world. You can't go down to your local store and buy stuff. They expect it to ship to you. Ship off. I'm tired of, I do buy my things from Amazon, a few here and there, but when you buy the majority of it, that means they rule the roost and you have to wait for shit. Buy local when you can. Anyway, that's my rant. It's Friday and I'm pissed off because I gotta fix a plumbing issue because I always love, don't husbands blame wives and wives blame husbands. So it's not my hair that clogged the freaking sink, and the sink get clogged so often. It is a 40-year-old house, but so often that it ate through the metal and it took a little push and that metal piece broke. And now I have to fix it because she's not going to fix it. I have to fix it. It's not my hair that did it. She should be fixing this shit. But I got to buy a new tool, so hey, cool. So little Picanto back. This is what won me over. The size, it is 4-amp hour. It's got plenty of juice. And I'm not like going to be cutting the Eiffel Tower down. I need to cut some basic metal. So that was another tool I purchased. I also purchased, I've got Craftsman, I call them, it's not a monkey wrench, it's pliers, but this intrigued me. Quinn is another brand from Harbor Freight. It's got a lifetime warranty. They've been really touting a lifetime. When Craftsman was good and you go into Sears and say, this socket broke and they gave you another one? That shit don't happen anymore. You want to return something to Amazon a year later with a lifetime warranty? Some of the stuff you buy, we'll fix you up. It costs you $1,000 to send shit there, or you got to wait. I just want to go buy local. Support your local people. They can then cook you pies and shit because they're local, and you can go buy it from them. Anyway, this intrigued me. I only had one lockjaw style. I want to call it monkey wrench, but it's not a monkey wrench. Monkey wrench different. It's a plier, spring-loaded design, jaws of life. Anyway, I had only one that really could get around the fittings pretty well. I thought having a second one that was a little bigger would come in handy. And I've never purchased a Quinn tool before. I could have purchased the Pittsburgh brand, and I could have got 4 or 5 of them for like $15.99 with a lifetime warranty. I'd rather splurge a little bit. This was like $12, and it looks just a little bit better made. So anyway, I decided to purchase one of these for that job of the plumbing breaking one. Goggles, a 3-pack for $4.49. I couldn't find for the life of me the last pair. I think it's when oil and shit dripped all over my face and I cut my head. I decided to fling it off and fling it out and swear. Normally when I work on stuff, I swear if I break something stupidly on my part or I hit myself, I'll swear like a sailor just back from in a submarine for 5 months. Oh, I'm pissed. But then after that 5 minutes, I'm holly jolly. Anyway, I don't know where they were, so I purchased a cheap-ass 3-pack of this because when you're cutting metal, you get flames, you get sparks, and I don't want that shit in my eye. My father-in-law, who is 83, he can, stuff in his eyes. He's had some operations, and he now has to get like a shot in his eye every 2 weeks. I don't want shots in my eyes. I get all sorts of other shit, but in my eye, a shot? I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. Fuck that. So, wear your safety goggles. If you've never watched my channel before and are now laughing, I just, or saying this guy's an idiot. One of the two. Okay, some other things. I decided to splurge and get a cheap-ass pair of Hardy. I've got small hands, like I said before. They actually had a pair of mediums in stock, which was good. So just a pair of wrenching gloves, because I don't know where my other pair is. I've got 2 or 3. They're all around the property. I don't freaking know. I've got 10 acres, so I stick shit down, and about 5 years from now, I'll find that shit some other place on the property. Normally gnawed on by either the squirrels, the voles, the moles. We get mountain lions and shit here too, but bears, dogs. My dogs have chewed every single drip system thing out there. Okay, the freebie for the day from Harbor Freight. If you coupon CLIP Digital, they did have a free, if you buy anything, I think, this little 4-in-1 screwdriver. I'm going to give it to my wife and say, screw you for filling and screwing up my piping. Well, her piping too, everything. I'm in California. 50% is hers. The other 50% is half hers and half mine. And then when you get that quarter, you might as well just leave. We've been married for 34 years now, almost. So I'm happily married, but it's fun to bitch about your other half. What else do you do? I should be doing shit like this. I should be working on this. This has been up on this list for a year, dumbass. Okay, so I got that freebie for the day, and that's it. Oh, they did give me, of course, they got to hand this shit out. This really, I used to love Sears catalogs and Craftsman catalogs. Instead, I now get Harbor Freight. Rest in peace, Sears. Rest in peace, Kmart. Kmart ended up owning Sears. I loved good old Sears. You go in there, we had a local place. I could take tools. Wow, this video is going to be long for a freaking unboxing. So there's guaranteed somebody will write, just get to the point. You could do this in 1 minute opening a box. Well, that's boring. Don't be a dumbass. If you don't like to be yapped at for a while, go watch cotton candy videos. I'm sure there's tons of porn on. You can go and watch. Admit it. You're watching porn, you dumbass. You just tell your wife, though. I've been married 34 years, so if I see a well-racked lady walking down the street, I'll go, hey, hun, look at that. Look at those. I'm up that, at this point, what's she going to do? Say, I want a divorce? Again, 50% is hers, 50% is mine, and of my 50%, you get a quarter, and by the time you get a quarter, it's all done. So let's open up this freaking box. I better check that I got enough gigabytes. Is this thing still recording? Oh, hell yeah. 17 minutes. I'm doing really good. Has it. If you're a Volkswagen person, I wish I could afford all these cool Has-It-Ass tools. I can't afford. I've only got 2 or 3 things that are Has-It. This is the most expensive. This cost me $400 from Germany. It's a nice little Mini-Assi. I feel Catholic when I say the word a sissy. If you're Catholic, that makes sense. If you're a heathen, it doesn't make sense. Okay, so so let's look at the box. This is a long-ass video, again. So the Hercules comes in this, nice box. It says Hercules. You feel tough when you buy something with Hercules. It's nice color blue. I do like blue. There's some people that are color coordinated on every tool. Those rich MFs, that stands for a swear word, that can buy every tool. They have matching serial number tools that outline their everything. For cheap-ass SOBs, Craftsman, I'm in the upper status by having some Craftsman and some Husky. Most of us poor-ass people own Harbor Freight, and we're proud to own it. It works. I've got some BCT. What's BCT stands for? Big Chinese Tools. And that's no conundrum against it. That's just the fact that if I need a slugger, that's just a big-ass piece of metal to break something off, I'm perfectly fine with a big-ass tool that's cheaper as long as it does that basic job. So I'm perfectly fine. Where it's made is less of a matter to me. Sure, I would love to employ more people in the United States, but when it costs you $1,000 for the USA-made one and $100, do the math. again, ramen, water. I only make so much money. I do support and I do buy a lot of USA-made stuff. And I buy locally, like I said, but you simply can't. There's a lot of stuff made overseas, especially tools. And in fact, a lot of your high-end tools, the snap-ons and stuff, I bet you if you look, some of them are made a little overseas. You don't want to admit it because you're a dumbass. I'm in one of those scissors. I'm going to probably get normally my like to happy ratio, I do pretty good. I'm normally up in the 90% range. There are a few people that always dog you like you're a dumbass and want to give you negative, whatever, a check mark like bad review. I'm not happy with you. I don't care. It is what it is. I do my YouTube channel just for the freaking hell of it. It gives me an opportunity as an out to just be more stupid than I normally am. So I'm perfectly fine with that. Okay, so what I'm doing... Oh, we never showed the whole box. So I'm getting carried away. So 12-volt lithium ion. I'm just going to show you all the different angles of this box. It's well packed. This is also another reason I purchased the Hercules. It is brushless. I mean, brushed tools probably last fine too, but brushless is that new fandangle thing. This one also came with a shoe where you can connect to it and do more straight lines. I'm at the age where after I do a little work, before I do a little work, you're drinking, doing things straight don't always happen. So Hercules, here's the back of the box. And at least here, it's nice. It does say tool only, the battery and everything's separate. But, it's a nice box. It looks good. And so there's your close-ups of the box. Now, did I even cut this? These freaking dumbass scissors. I don't know if this is really... I'm going to cut myself. Where did I learn how to open box? Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm doing good. There we go. Pipe it in the packer and the peppers. Okay, I may be done with these, but see, another thing, it's nice when you have a handy thing to put some tools. The problem is about 100 of my tools are not in here. There's about 50 there, 40 there, over there someplace too. I've got tools all around. I gotta get better organized. I'm just not that way. So, opening the box. Like, okay, fine, you're opening the box. Okay. I don't want to drop shit, so let me drop this down here. So here's that guide that I was telling you about. The Bauer did not come with a guide like this, but this basically, just think of a jigsaw kind of thing, or any type of saw. It's got this nice little thing that you can connect on easily and go and cut straighter lines, which, yeah, that's a good thing. I'll admit it. Okay, so I'm sliding out the box. Empty box. Okay. It came with also this Hercules model, 3 Hercules discs, cutting discs. I'm sure one's for metal and one's for something else and one's for your next door neighbor that pisses you off. You're going to go cut his fence down. All his cows go loose. You dumbass. Well, don't be a dumbass. And you won't. I wouldn't do that. I'm dicking with you because I'm in one of those moods. And I haven't. You may think I'm high. You may think I'm stoned, drunk. I actually don't do drugs. I've never done the hardest drug I'm not even going to go there. But I do drink beer once in a while. And I've got 1 or 2 beers in the refrigerator. That's it. I don't do drugs. I don't do lots. I'm just naturally this hyper. I should be skinny because I'm all the time, but I'm just not. I'm fat. And there you go. Because I'm sitting in the stool instead of standing, like a standing work table, desk thing. You gotta love that shit. Anyway, Hercules, it came with 3 discs. Cool. Also, so inside of the main box is a box protecting everything. It looks like, hey, it came with a user manual. So that's nice. Always good. Always nice to know that you can... I'm probably holding shit out of the camera view, but anyway, comes with a booklet. The booklet shows you how to connect everything. And I've never owned a cutting tool before, so I will take my time, and I don't want to cut myself, so I'm going to learn how to use this tool. And let me put this over here. All right, so the tool slid out of here. Also has a butt protector. Who would have thought I would have said a butt protector too in a video? That's awesome. I'm covering every base today. Watch this video not turn out. Anyway, so here is the actual tool you're here to see. And what I liked about the Hercules over the Bauer had this like cutting thing and then a straight handle. It felt awkward in my hand. It didn't feel good. It felt a little larger. This one's got more of a contoured handle, almost like a pistol, you know. We know about pistols and guns, right? It feels like a gun, so I just felt good about holding it. Plus, the battery, you could see the little area is relatively small. So that little 4 amp hour battery only covers this bottom little portion. It felt more nimble. And I think for a tool like this with a 3-inch disc, nimble is all it's about. There is an LED light, which I also liked. I can't see shit out of this right eye. If I close my left eye right now, I mean, where's the camera? I can't see shit. It's so blurry. This left eye is doing better, but I need protective and I need professional vision stuff. So, and light. Oh, God. You drive at night with the rain? TJ, did I just hit a cow? I can't see shit when it's raining and it's nighttime. So, a little light that's actually focusing a beam of light. Because it seems like 99% of the time, if I've got to cut or work on something, it's black. It's pitch black. I'm like in a black hole. I'm at my mother-in-law's house. Oh, shit. I hope she doesn't watch this video. Anyway, yeah, it's blacker than black, and I can't see. And you have to maneuver and put lighting in there. And it's always awkward underneath dashes and convolting your body. And you can't get this shit. So having a light right here pointing at where you're cutting, that won me over too. Bauer didn't have that. It does have a locking switch that you can change up here. And it has a little lock on there, so that's cool. It is trigger. Right now it's locked, so it is trigger oriented. There is a tool location. It feels magnetically held in. So when you're going to loosen and remove or tighten that little disc, there's a lock button up here that you push. That locks this from turning so you can tighten with said little tool. So it's right there. Where's the hole? Where's the hole? I can't see the hole. No. we have problem. We can't find holes. Okay, there it is. So anyway, that's the hole. And it kind of clips in, and it feels like it's maybe magnetically held in there. So I shouldn't lose it. And the grip feels good. It's got nice rubber feel to it, comfortable. The lighting, and then this part here does supposed to change angles. I don't know if I'll be able to show, but you can change some of so if you want to protect yourself here or push it back. It's got that little bit of rotation in there that you can play with. And anything else you need to see on here? I don't think so. I mean, it's a cutting tool, but it's my first, and hopefully it does me well. It is brushless. It is Hercules. It is Harbor Freight. But, I've been wrenching for a long time. Even though I don't get shit done, but I've been wrenching. I've been trying. They make fine tools. Some of it's crap. Some of it's good. There's a mix out there. You get what you pay for. But this is in my opinion, the Hercules brand is their prosumer type of stuff where it's not too bad. It's only 12 volt, but I actually preferred that in this tool. Because if I got the 20 volt, that thing would have been herking. And so you're trying to, it didn't feel right. It was all on the bottom, nothing on the top. You want proportions on the whole body, so you feel right. You don't want something over the top. Some of you do, but that's fine. Anyway, Adult Innuendo there if you're not grasping it. Okay, that's it. I'm not going to open the battery thing. When I make my second video, I'll show you the battery charger. I'll show you the battery charging. And maybe I'll slap the battery in on here and just go, but unless I have some spare metal, which I don't, there's plenty of plastic around here. But if I have a spare metal, I'll cut. But there's been some other dudes that know what they're doing, are real wrenchers that get shit done, and they cut all sorts of metal for the sake of doing a video. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go cut something for the hell of it unless I have to cut. It's got to be a purpose, a reason. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. If you watched this far, that means you're as crazy as I am. Welcome aboard. Thanks for watching. Bye.